My phone hasn't beeped yet, so we're not live yet.
Okay, but now let's hope we're live. Hey, everybody. It is Saturday night, December 5th, 2020, and we are doing Star Trek Radio Theater for the 25th time this first season here on Live Long and Podcast. I'm Dave Mader. We're going to be doing a really exciting episode tonight. It's called the Jem'Hadar, which is from the second season of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, the finale that introduced the Dominion, who went on to be the big antagonist of the whole series, and or in terms of like just the Empire. So we're going to be introducing that, and there's a great character developments here, some great speeches here from Quark. So I think I'm excited to bring this episode to life for everybody. So here we are starting the show.
We focus on Sisko's quarters. Jake is tending to little plants in pots. Sisko enters their quarters.
Hey, Jake! What's all this?
My science project. I'm growing Bajoran catterpods to find out which hybrid yields the biggest root.
That's it? You're just going to watch it grow?
Yeah, pretty neat, huh?
Not bad. But don't you think it's a little low-tech?
I'm a low-tech kind of guy, Dad.
I still think you can do something a little more challenging. If you could do any science project you wanted to, anything at all, what would it be?
Learn how to pilot a runabout?
Well, that's not exactly a science project, is it? Second choice.
Visit the Gamma Quadrant?
And what would you do when you got there?
I don't know. I could do a planetary survey?
Not bad. All right, let's do it.
Really?
It'll be like a vacation. A working vacation.
That's great. Thanks, Dad. I bet we'll have a great time.
I know we will.
We focus on Commander Sisko's office. Kira and Dax are debriefing Sisko on the goings-on at the station.
Let's see. We have a Bolian freighter due in the day after tomorrow. We'll be outfitting another group of settlers leaving for New Bajor. You know, I heard their new irrigation system is really something to see. When you get to the Gamma Quadrant, you ought to take a look.
Not this trip. I really want to spend some time alone with Jake. When's the Odyssey due back from the Cardassian border?
3 days.
It's a shame. I'll have to miss your reunion with Captain Keogh.
Don't you find him just a little arrogant?
Funny, he said the same thing about you.
Did he?
Commander, your son's here to see you.
Send him in. He's really looking forward to this trip.
Jake enters.
Dad, guess what? I was talking to Nog, and it turns out he's having trouble coming up with science projects, so I told him he could be my partner.
We can finish this up later.
Partner?
Kira and Dax leave.
Partner?
We asked Mrs. O'Brien, and she said it would be okay, so I invited Nog to come with us to the Gamma Quadrant.
Now, hold on a second, Jaco.
Dad, if Nog doesn't get a good grade on this science project, he's going to drop out of school, and I can't let that happen.
Maybe he can help you analyze the survey information when we get back.
That's not enough. Mrs. O'Brien said he'd have to be an equal partner. Come on, Dad. He's my friend. I have to help him.
Sisko is annoyed, but gives in to his son. We focus on Quark's cafe.
Morn! You've been sitting here all day staring at the same drink. Talk to me. I want help. I'm not just your bartender. I'm your friend. What's wrong? I'm here for you.
Just before Morn can speak, Odo walks past.
Hold that thought. Well, what did he say?
What did who say?
Commander Sisko. About my idea.
You mean using the monitors throughout the station to sell merchandise?
Stop torturing me, Odo. Tell me what he said.
Guess.
He said yes?
Guess again.
It would triple my profits. How could he refuse?
Maybe it's because he doesn't like you.
Don't be ridiculous. Major Gear is the one that doesn't like me. Sisko,
Doesn't like you either.
what did I ever do to him?
Oh, I could think of one or two things.
One or two things? That's nothing. So do you think there's any way I can change his mind?
Huh.
Odo walks off. Nog runs up to Quark. Uncle Quark!
No.
I just wanted to tell you, I'm not going to be able to work my shift for the next couple of days.
Why not?
I'm going to the Gamma Quadrant with Jake and his father.
You're going to the Gamma Quadrant with Commander Sisko. How lucky for you.
Quark and Nog walk away. Morn is still holding that thought. Sorry, it's my bad. Fade in. We focus on the runabout Rio Grande. Nog and Jake enter excitedly.
I always wanted to see what the cockpit of a runabout looked like. Hey, how do you fire the phasers?
Nog, I promised.
I wasn't going to touch anything.
Commander Sisko enters.
Why don't the two of you store our gear in the back while I go through pre-launch?
I'll do it.
Nog grabs the bags and leaves.
I'll be right there.
Fire the phasers.
He was just kidding. Look, Dad, I know this isn't exactly the trip you planned on, but you'll see Nog's a great guy.
I'm sure he is. I was just hoping that you and I could spend some time together.
We will. Don't worry. You won't even know Nog's along. This will be a great trip. You'll see.
Suddenly, Quark enters the runabout as well.
Ah, there you are. Where do I put my bags?
Uncle Quark, what are you doing here?
What does it look like? I'm going with you.
Since when?
Really, Commander? You don't expect my nephew to go all the way to Gamma Quadrant without proper supervision? No offense. So my best friends are humans. But my brother Rom isn't as liberal as I am. Let's face it, he's never been comfortable about Nog's relationship with your son.
You can tell Rom not to worry. I'll take good care of the boy. And I promise, I won't try to corrupt him with my human values.
I knew that, but Rom isn't convinced all humans look down on Tyrell. And by allowing me to come on his trip, you can prove him wrong. Is he wrong? Isn't he?
Dad, please.
Jake begs his dad, and once again, despite his better judgment, Sisko gives in.
All right, but let's get going before anyone else shows up.
Thanks, Dad. Thanks.
We focus on the Gamma Quadrant. The runabout exits the wormhole and heads over to a lush green Gamma Quadrant planet for our group to go hiking on.
This place is great.
Our preliminary surveys suggest it's a lot like Earth during the early Devonian period. A lot of plant life, fish, some insects, but no predators or large animals. Pretty, isn't it?
I don't see what's so pretty about it.
I think they mean the trees and stuff.
Quark, this is as close to paradise as you're going to get. All you need to do is allow yourself to see it.
I can tell you what I see. 2 words. Exploitable resources.
I suppose you want to cut down all these trees and start strip mining the entire planet.
As a wise man once wrote, nature decays, but Ladium lasts forever.
Quark scratches behind his ear.
Rule of acquisition number 102.
Good lad. Nog, I have some ointment in one of my bags. Get it.
Sisko.
Dad, where are you?
Is
Dad?
To what?
You got a mild reaction to that thing? Nature's getting in the way and all kinds of shit.
Quark swore.
I don't know what the hell's going on here. Get some of that ointment on you. I don't want to miss any of the fun. Never. Besides, I'm really looking forward to getting to know you better. Get some ointment on you.
Sisko is not impressed. He looks up to the sky to compose himself, then walks on. Further on, they are resting by a tree with lots of flowers as Quark paints bright aqua ointment on his lobes.
Ah, that's much better. No, I wasn't so hot.
The color's nice on you.
It isn't the heat so much as the humidity and the insects. These flowers. I'm glad we can talk like this. There's nothing like facing the wilderness to bring people closer.
Did we lose Jeff or?
He's here, but Jeff Test.
I can see on my dad's face that the answer is no, Quark.
No? No what?
Oh, there you guys. Okay.
There. He's back.
Dad, you're back.
My internet completely crapped out.
Jeff,
What's the internet?
We're at. I hadn't noticed.
You had the internet. You tried to bring the internet into the woods.
But let's go from ointment Q here, okay? Go.
That's much better. No, if I only wasn't so hot.
I hadn't noticed.
It isn't the heat so much as the humidity and the insects. The stench of these flowers. I'm glad we can talk like this. There's nothing like facing the wilderness to bring people closer.
The answer is still no, Quark.
No? No to what?
I'm not going to allow you to sell merchandise over the station's monitors.
Why not? It's a brilliant idea. With my connections, I can offer a whole range of merchandise which normally couldn't be acquired in this sector.
Such as?
Collectibles, Andorian jewelry, Vulcan IDIC pins, bullion crystal steel. And with my low overhead, I could offer these items at a significant discount.
Quark, you're wasting your time and mine.
I mentioned I was going to donate 2% of my net profits to the Bashirian Fund for Orphans. 3%.
Sisko walks over to the boys who are scanning the area with their tricorder.
So,
The atmosphere is 77% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, and 2% carbon dioxide. The water contains traces of copper, nickel, and a little beryllium.
We lost him here.
Do you want me to do Sisko's for now?
Yeah, just take over for now. I'll let you know if he comes back in.
All right.
He just joined back in, but
Oh, well, let's give him a second then.
this is what you deserve.
Now we're going to watch
Is your,
That guy's
is
the
your
problem.
microphone working? Test?
Quark says you fucked up.
Whoa! What show are we on?
It's all that nature.
Jeff. Jeff,
all that
test?
jazz cabbage.
can you hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Okay.
All
Where
right,
are
so
we? Talking about
where were we?
jambalaya?
No, you're showing a little lead there too.
You're showing a little lead there too.
It's from the surrounding soil, but we think it's localized.
We're gonna check other water sources just to be sure.
Why not wait until tomorrow? I was just about to start dinner.
Jambalaya?
How do you know?
Great!
Jumbo, what?
You're going to love it.
Okay. Jeff line. No, he's gone again.
All right, I'm in, coach. All
right.
All right. The two of you did good work today.
Yes.
Shoot.
We focus on a campsite.
Okay.
It's the end of the meal. The crickets sing and the fire crackles. Sisko dishes himself up another plate.
I thought I
Okay,
heard him back.
okay. Jeff, we're gonna whoever Jeff, we're gonna have to let you go. You're
And Jody jumping in.
All right.
It's crickets, a campfire, and go.
Anyone want some more?
Not me.
Me neither, Commander, but it was very good. You know, I think I'm developing a taste for human food.
Quark.
I still say there's some dirt in the sauce. And these bugs, look at this. They get into everything. It's disgusting.
I thought the Ferengis liked eating bugs.
Only certain bugs. Ferengi bugs. Nog. Get some more ointment for the back of my neck here.
Yes, Uncle.
Better get a good night's sleep. We have another big day tomorrow.
Yeah, I want to start cataloging the plant life first thing in the morning. You know what this reminds me of?
A camping trip we took on Atomish 3.
I don't think I remember you, me, and Mom ever having more fun together.
I remember the sex. I mean, isn't that where I taught you how to water ski?
TMI, Dad. Mom taught me how to water ski.
Yes, she taught me how to water ski too.
Ew, Dad.
if she was always the graceful one. You know, Jake, we really need to get away more often.
As long as you don't talk about Mom and you having sex again. But anyways, I'm ready whenever you are. I'm sure Nog is too. Haha! I'm joking.
Quark screams.
I'm on fire! I'm on fire!
He's leaping about with his right cuff ablaze. Sisko wraps a blanket over it.
Quark, cover it up. Are you all right?
No! I'm not all right. My ears itch, my nose is running, I'm eating farm bugs. Now look at me. 1 minute I'm trying to pick out a couple bugs of the jumbo what's it pie. Next thing I know, woof!
Quark, calm down. Look, do us all a favor. Sit down and try to stay out of trouble for once.
What I do? What I do?
Nog hisses at Quark and runs off.
Oh, I'd better go see if he's okay.
Jake follows Nog.
Now see what you've done?
What I've done?
The boy couldn't stand seeing his favorite uncle insulted. I guess Ron was right after all. You don't like Ferengis, do you?
That is bullshit.
All
That is not true.
right. Name what Ferengi you do like, though. You see, I was right. You Federation types are all alike. You talk about tolerance and understanding, but you only practice it toward the people who remind you of yourselves. Because you disapprove of Ferengi values. You scorn us, you distrust us. It's also every chance you get.
Quark, I don't have to stand here and defend myself.
Whatever, Commander. Just tell me, would you allow your son to marry a Ferengi female?
I've never thought about it.
That's my point.
An alien woman runs into the camp and summons an energy pulse from her chest, which knocks Sisko down.
There, count down. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Don't hurt me.
How many of them are there?
There's just two of us.
Not you, the Jem'Hadar!
We don't know what you're talking about. What are you, some sort of crazy person? We're not your enemies.
Then you better run!
6 or 7 alien soldiers shimmer into view from thin air. They are a different species than the alien woman. They surround the 3 of them, guns pointed.
It is too late. You've done running.
This has not been a good day.
Later, Nog and Jake return to the deserted camp and a smoking fire. Jake uses his comm badge.
Dad? This is Jake. Where are you? He's probably telling Quark about him and Mom, you know. Dad, answer me!
I'm telling you, Jake, something's happened to them. Maybe they were attacked by a wild animal.
You heard my dad. There aren't any wild animals, just insects and plants.
Maybe they were attacked by a vicious tree.
Take a look at this.
They see multiple footprints at the campsite.
I don't know any trees that wear boots.
We better beam up to the runabout.
Listen, we can't run away just because we're scared.
Hey, who said anything about being scared? I just thought the runabout would be a good place to, plan our next move.
There's nothing to plan. My dad never would have left here without telling me first. Not unless he was in some sort of trouble, We can track them with the tricorder.
Jake starts to leave the campsite. Nog goes running after him, not wanting to be left alone.
Hey, wait for me!
We focus on a containment area. Sisko, Quark, and the alien woman are in a circle of light with a low boundary. It appears to be an underground cavern. Quark is yelling, but there's no one else around.
Hey! Hey! Anybody out there? Oh! We're humanoids over here! They require food and water. Hello?
Quark, shut the head up.
Quark turns to the alien woman.
This is your fault. They were after you, not us. Why don't you say something to them? Tell me you've never seen us before. We have nothing to do with her. This is misunderstanding.
Quark.
I have a right to express my opinion.
I'm about to put a fist in your opinion, bitch.
You don't scare me. I want to know why you don't scare me. Why? Because I'm more scared than I've ever been in my life.
You're not helping anything.
I'm not helping anything. I don't see you coming up with any ideas. Or her.
If she wants to help us, she will. Right now, I'd say she's even more scared than you are, you coward.
Believe me, she's not.
She obviously been running from these people for a while. She probably been through a lot. She doesn't know who we are, what we're about. I just hope that Jake and Nog aren't some dumbasses and are smart enough to stay out of sight until help gets here.
Trust me, I didn't raise my nephew to be a fool. He'll find the nearest hole and climb into it.
Cowards. I'm not sure about Jake. If I know him, he'll be looking for us.
Don't they teach you how to neutralize security fields in Starfleet?
I've never seen anything like this before. It seems like it's generated by...
Sisko reaches out to touch the glowing circle that's surrounding them.
Don't! The security barrier will kill you!
Thanks for the warning.
I have no wish to see you hurt.
That lovely sentiment.
How did you know about the security barrier is lethal?
Because everything about the Jem'Hadar is lethal.
Anything you could tell me about them might be helpful.
Are you saying you've never heard of the Jem'Hadar?
We're not from around here. We just came to do some casual sex and water skiing. But my name is Benjamin Sisko. I'm with the United Federation of Planets. We came through the wormhole to get here. Oh yeah. Our home is thousands of light years away.
My name is Eris.
I'm glad to meet you, Eris.
Sisko holds out his hand and introduces Eris to the handshake.
That's Quark. He's a dumbass. Tell him about the Jem'Hadar.
They're the most feared soldiers in the Dominion.
The Dominion? The Ferengi have been trying to open up trade negotiations with the Dominion for almost a year now. We've heard about the Jem'Hadar.
Then you've been unfortunate. Negotiations with the Dominion can be a dangerous thing.
If it's so dangerous, why would anyone do business with them?
The Dominion decides that you have something and then they want it, and then they come and take it by negotiation or by force. Believe me, I know. I've seen it on my own world. Kareli Prime was offered entry into Dominion. They thought our telekinetic powers would be useful to them.
Back there in the camp, that's what you used to knock me down?
When Tyrell refused the Dominion's offer, they sent in the Jem'Hadar. They destroyed our communication center. They executed our leaders. And before we realized it, They had seized control of the entire planet!
How did you manage to escape?
I was on a freighter returning home when the attack occurred. We fled. But then they came after us.
Why?
My mother was an outspoken opponent of the Dominion. I guess they wanted to make an example of my family.
And that thing they put around your neck?
It suppresses my telekinetic abilities. Without it, I might be able to break through the security barrier.
Well, like your clothes, we'll have to find a way to get this collar off.
Even if we get past the barrier, no one ever escapes from the Jem'Hadar.
Luckily for us, they seem as sure about that as you do. Look around you. They've placed the three of us in the same containment field. I've never seen more than 4 guards on duty at any given time. As far as I can tell, there's only a single containment field between us and freedom. They're overconfident, and that's what's going to help us get out of here. Maybe, if I can pry off that casing, we can get back to sexy time, and I can get to that locking mechanism. May I?
Of course.
We focus on the forest. It is now morning. Jake and Nog continue their search for the adults with Jake's tricorder.
Are you sure you know how to read that thing?
Pretty sure.
Pretty sure. I've been walking for hours, and you're only pretty sure?
Would you be quiet? God, you're a prick. I'm picking up some kind of humanoid life forms.
They found the cave entrance, guarded by the Jem'Hadar.
I don't know who they are, but they don't look friendly.
I wish we could get closer.
I don't think they'll look any friendlier up close.
We focus
Sexier,
on the
maybe?
containment area. Quark is still yelling at no one, while Sisko is still trying to get the collar off of Eris.
Hello? I know someone must be listening out there. Hello?
If we escape, do we have to take him with us?
We can't have a threesome without him. He's not so bad.
Whoever's in charge, you're missing a very lucrative opportunity.
Doesn't he realize he's not accomplishing anything?
Oh, don't be so sure. We need to know what the Jem'Hadar plan to do with us, which means we need to get their attention.
Did I mention I happen to be a close personal friend of the Grand Negus? He's a very powerful person, you know.
And if there's one thing I know, that's enough. It's that Quark is hard to ignore.
A Jem'Hadar soldier enters the containment area and deactivates the force field.
Hey, I'm Commander Benjamin Sisko of the United Federation of Planets. I want to know why we are being held here. That is not your concern. Then why won't you let us go? Because the Founders don't want you released. And who exactly are the Founders? That is not your concern.
This thing goes nowhere. Commander, allow me. Would you like 1,000 cases of Tolaberry wine?
The Jem'Hadar grabs Quark and starts crushing his ribcage.
Fucker.
Sisko pulls out his phaser and the Jem'Hadar does the same.
Don't bother, Commander. I'm not going to do any permanent damage.
He throws Quark down to the ground.
If the Founders are the ones who give the orders, I want to meet them. Those are my orders.
He can't take you to the Founders because they don't exist. They're a myth.
The Founders exist. They created the Dominion. And the Jem'Hadar are their servants?
The Jem'Hadar ignores Sisko's question and looks from him to Quark.
A Ferengi and a human? I was hoping the first race I'd meet on the other side of the anomaly would be the Klingons. Hey, I'm sorry to disappoint you. It's too late for apologies. The Dominion will no longer stand by and allow ships from the other side to violate our territory and our women. I hear that Klingons are effective warriors. What's that weapon they're so fond of? The backlath? I'm not interested in discussing the Klingons. All right. Then what about the Cardassians? Are you satisfied with the treaty your Federation made with them? It seems a tactical error. Hey man, how do you know so much about the side of this galaxy? We gain more knowledge every day. And now we have to help us. You have to help us learn more. Don't plan on telling you anything. I won't be the one asking questions. Who will? I was hoping to meet a Klingon.
The Jem'Hadar leaves and reestablishes the containment field.
Well, now that we're all friends, I feel so much better.
We focus on the Rio Grande. Jake and Nog beam up. I hope this works.
You wanted a plan. I came up with a freaking plan. Now let me concentrate. Computer, scan the region around our base camp for human and Ferengi life signs.
1 human and 1 Ferengi located.
That's them.
No shit, Sherlock. I told you this would work. Computer, lock onto the 2 life forms and beam them up.
Unable to comply. Subjects are located inside a spatial distortion field.
I knew it wouldn't be that easy.
Maybe we'd better go back to the station for help.
Good idea. Computer, fly us back to the station.
Please restate command.
Computer, disengage autopilot and lay in a course back to the wormhole.
Enter authorization code.
Go ahead. What are you waiting for?
Oh man, I don't know the authorization code.
Vessel approaching from the planet's surface, bearing 173 Mark 281.
Computer. Evasive maneuvers. Fire phasers. Launch torpedoes. And escape pods.
What is wrong with you? Computer? Display the approaching ship on the monitor.
The blip whizzes off the screen.
Computer, where did the ship go?
The vessel has entered warp, bearing 171 Mark 259.
Maybe they didn't see us.
Maybe we're not what they're after.
So what do we do now?
We'll have to shut down the autopilot.
How do we do that?
I guess we'll find out how much I learned working for Chief O'Brien.
We focus on ops. Kira enters from the turbo lift.
Lieutenant, what's the ETA of the Odyssey?
They're due in 8 hours. I'm reading elevated neutrino levels from the wormhole.
On screen.
An alien ship comes through.
Hail them, Lieutenant.
They're not answering.
Shields up. Go to yellow alert.
The same Jem'Hadar that was speaking to Sisko beams in.
Computer. Intruder and ops, activate a level 3 containment field.
I'm Major Kira Nerys, first officer of the station. You'll have to excuse the containment field, but around here, it's customary to identify yourself before transporting into someone else's command center.
I'm third Talak'talan of the Jem'Hadar. I'm here to inform you that your commander has been detained for questioning by the Dominion.
Detained? For how long?
Indefinitely. Commander Sisko will serve as an example of what happens when you interfere with the Dominion.
What kind of interference are you talking about?
Coming through the anomaly is interference enough. Unless you wish to continue to offend the Dominion, I suggest you stay on your side of the goddamn galaxy.
You're making a mistake if you think that detaining Commander Sisko will stop us from exploring the Gamma Quadrant.
We anticipated that response.
He walks through the force field.
Security team to ops. Here's a list of vessels we've destroyed for violating our territory.
And puts down a small pad.
Where did you get this data pad?
From the Bajoran colony on this side of the anomaly. You should be proud. I hear they fought well for a spiritual people that are so useless. I hope we wouldn't have to repeat this lesson.
Talak'talan beams out.
Chief, lock a tractor beam onto his ship.
Acknowledged. I can't establish a lock, Major. They must be some kind of deflectors we haven't seen before.
They've entered the wormhole. We've lost them.
We focus on the containment area.
Got it. Looks like some kind of multiple locking system.
Even if I can break through the security barrier, how do you plan to get off the planet?
We'll try to find my son. We'll use his communicator to signal my ship and transport us off the surface.
And then what?
Sexy time. I mean,
Oh,
you're welcome to come back to our station with us. I'm sure Starfleet would like to hear anything that you could tell them about the Dominion.
I'd be glad to tell them all about it. All I know.
Quark, maybe you should better take a look at this.
Sure. Quark, be quiet. Quark, stay watch. Quark, pick a lock. All you ever do is order me around. You know, Commander, I think I figured out why you don't like Ferengis.
Oh, shut the fuck up, Quark.
The way I see it, humans used to be a lot like Ferengi. Greedy, inquisitive, interested only in profit. We're a constant reminder of the part of your past you'd like to forget.
Quark, we don't have time for this.
Yeah, but you're overlooking something. Humans used to be a lot worse than Ferengi. Slavery, concentration camps, interstellar wars. We have nothing in our past that approaches that kind of barbarism. You see, we're nothing like you. We're better. Now, if you excuse me, I got a lock to pick.
We focus on the Rio Grande. Isolinear chips and stuff are all over the floor. Jake and Nog have a panel open and are working on the components inside.
This shouldn't be so hard for a genius like me. I just watched Chief O'Brien run a maintenance check on the Mekong's navigational array a couple of weeks ago.
From the looks of things, you haven't been watching very closely. Try that one.
I don't think that's it, dumbass.
Try it. I have a hunch.
All right, let's see.
He pulls a chip out.
Warning. Warp core collapse in 10 seconds. 9, 8.
Put it back! Put it back! Ah! Ah!
7, 6. Warp core containment stabilized.
Sorry.
Wait a second. The G and N relay.
What about it?
I think O'Brien said something about the autopilot being connected to the guidance and navigational relay. If I could just find it. It was this round thing with this square part on the bottom. I think I got it.
Jake pulls out another little component out of the open panel.
Is that it?
I sure hope so. Computer, what's the status on the autopilot?
The automatic pilot system is not functional.
All right. Yes.
Lay in a course for the wormhole at warp 8.
Unable to comply. The automatic pilot system is not functional.
Now what?
I guess we'll have to try and fly it ourselves. Danger zone!
We focus on ops. There's a Galaxy-class ship docked at the station. A white-haired Starfleet captain, Keogh, is briefing Dax, Kira, Bashir, and O'Brien.
Starfleet's orders are simple. Traffic through the wormhole will be suspended until the Odyssey can investigate the Jem'Hadar's threat.
And what about Benjamin and the others?
Don't worry, Lieutenant. Commander Sisko's return is a top priority.
If you're going to try to rescue them, then we're coming with you.
Are you sure that's wise? With the exception of Major Kira and Mr. O'Brien, none of you have much combat experience.
We fought the Maquis.
All the Maquis had was a pair of lightly armed shuttlecraft. I expect the Dominion to have sharper teeth.
Well, then you're going to need all the help you can get.
Mr. O'Brien, can you equip the 2 remaining runabouts with extra banks of photon torpedoes?
I already started retrofitting the weapon systems. They should be ready in a few hours.
It should take at least that long to offload all non-essential personnel from the Odyssey. You were planning on doing that, weren't you?
Lieutenant, have you ever thought of serving on a starship?
I'm happy where I am.
Good. Major, be prepared to leave at 1300 hours. I'll be aboard the Odyssey if you need me.
Yes, sir.
Keogh leaves.
I thought you said Keogh didn't like you. Did I say that?
Come on, you heard him. We've got 3 hours.
We focus on a corridor. Odo is briefing 1 Bajoran and 1 Starfleet security officer.
Station security is to be on maximum alert. I want random patrols of all corridors and periodic sensor sweeps of every level. Now, the provisional government has agreed to send us a detachment of extra security personnel. This outlines how I want them deployed.
Odo.
Major, that'll be all.
The security officers leave.
Captain Keogh has moved up our departure. We have to be ready in 15 minutes.
I'm on my way to meet Chief O'Brien and Lieutenant Dax at the Mekong right now.
Are you sure that you don't want to stay and oversee things here at the station? I don't know what we're going to come up against once we're there. Your duties do not require you to come with us.
I realize that, but I figure while you and the others are trying to rescue Sisko and the boys, someone ought to be there to look out for Quark.
Quark? You're joking. I thought you hated Quark.
I do, but I'd rather see him in jail than at the hands of the Dominion. Believe me, Major, if anything happened to him, you'd miss him too.
I'd be willing to take that chance, but not today. I'd better get to the Orangino. Odo, keep your head down.
Make sure you do the same.
The Odyssey and 2 runabouts exit the wormhole into the Gamma Quadrant. We focus on the runabout Orinoco. Kira and Bashir are at the helm.
Where's the welcoming committee?
We focus on the runabout Mekong. Dax, O'Brien, and Odo are scanning the surrounding space.
Maybe the Jem'Hadar were bluffing.
Or maybe it's a trap. Odyssey to runabouts.
Go ahead, Captain.
Preliminary tachyon scans are negative.
We're not detecting anything on long-range scanners, but for all we know, the Dominion could have cloaking technology.
We'll keep our eyes open.
We focus on the Rio Grande. Jake is attempting to manually fly the runabout. I'm telling you, Jake, we should go to warp.
First, let me get the hang of flying at impulse.
How hard can it be?
Are you freaking kidding me? You think making course corrections manually is easy?
But at this speed, it'll take 2 weeks to get home.
Actually, it'll take about 5 years.
The runabout weaves a drunken course through space.
Can we reassemble the autopilot?
If Chief O'Brien taught me anything, it's that it's a lot easier taking things apart than putting them back together.
Warning, 3 ships coming out of warp.
Where? Where?
Right there!
Ah!
It's the Odyssey and the runabouts.
Mekong to Rio Grande.
Jake and Nog are relieved and start laughing and hugging. Nog waves, like an idiot, as if they're going to see it.
Hey, Chief, it's me, Jake.
Jake, are we glad to find you? Where's your father?
He and Quark were taken prisoner.
Jake, come to a full stop. I'll beam aboard.
O'Brien beams in.
Why are all these isolinear chips all over the floor, you jackasses? Having trouble getting out of orbit, maybe?
How'd you know?
Chief, we have to go back and save my dad.
Don't worry, son. That's exactly what we're here to do.
We focus on the containment area. Quark is still working on Eris's collar.
This is a sophisticated device. Most telepathic suppressors I've seen have been much bulkier. You know, there might be a market for this in the Alpha Quadrant.
You're hurting me.
I'm sorry, but how much to work with here?
You've been at it for hours.
If you just stay still, I'll be done in a few.
And the collar unlocks.
Done.
All right, let's get our sexy asses out of here.
Stand back.
She sends an energy globe at the circle and the force field is removed. A soldier runs in and Sisko knocks him down, grabs his rifle and shoots him.
Quark, move it!
Sisko throws the rifle to Quark, who also picks up the collar. Another Jem'Hadar shimmers in and attempts to attack Sisko while his back is turned. Quark shoots that one.
Thanks for not being useless for once, Quark.
You're welcome.
Let's go.
The 3 escaped prisoners run out of the cave. We focus on the Orinoco.
Major, I'm picking up something on forward scanners.
Odyssey to runabouts.
We focus on the Odyssey Bridge.
Go ahead, Odyssey.
We're detecting 3 incoming ships in attack formation.
Shields up! Going to red alert. We focus on the Mekong.
Odo, take the helm. I'll handle the targeting controls.
Very good.
We focus on the Rio Grande.
Captain, this is the Rio Grande.
Go ahead.
Half the systems on the ship are disabled. We're going to have to break formation.
Understood. Return to the wormhole. We'll try to screen you from enemy fire.
Well, what about my dad?
Captain, I'd like to see if I can get closer enough to the planet to locate Commander Sisko.
All right, but you have 10 minutes. Then I want you out of there.
We focus on the Odyssey bridge. Enemy ships within range, ready to fire at your command.
Runabouts, break formation, attack pattern Delta.
We focus on the Orinoco.
Here they come.
The Jem'Hadar ships arrive, and the fight begins. They're taking heavy fire. And on the Odyssey bridge. I'm getting casualty reports from deck 4, 5, 8, and 17. We also have a plasma leak in our port nacelle.
Deploy damage control teams.
Aye, sir.
He's just so positive.
Keogh to runabouts.
Go ahead.
They're using some kind of phased polaron beam to penetrate our shields.
Have you tried altering your harmonics to compensate?
We've run through the full spectrum, but none of these frequencies were effective. Divert shield power to weapons. We'll give O'Brien 5 more minutes, and then we're getting out of here.
We focus on the Orinoco.
Understood. Dax, let's see if we can take some pressure off the Odyssey.
We're with you. Hang on.
We focus on the planet's surface. Sisko, Quark, and Eris are running through the forest. Quark is out of breath and having trouble keeping up. He collapses near a tree.
Wait, stop! I gotta start using one of those hollow sweet exercise programs.
Sisko picks Quark up and puts him back on his feet.
He's slowing us down. He can hide in the underbrush. Well, transport him to safety once we'll get onto your ship.
No, you're ruining my three-way. I'm not leaving him behind. We never would have gotten away from the Jem'Hadar without him.
Thanks, Commander. I was hoping to get in on that shit. I'm glad someone around here is freaky like me.
Suddenly, all three get beamed up. We focus on the Rio Grande.
Dad and a sexy woman.
Hello.
Jake jumps up and hugs his dad.
This has turned into some sort of sexy science project, huh, Jake?
Oh, yeah.
Uncle Quark! Nog hugs Quark.
Nog! You're never gonna go on a field trip ever again.
Instead of returning the hug, Quark grabs Nog by his ear and leads him to the back of the runabout. Ah!
Take Iris back to the passenger compartment and wait there. I might be back. Jake, well done.
We focus on the Mekong. The Jem'Hadar ships are much bigger than the runabouts. The fight is still raging. One of the Jem'Hadar ships lands a direct hit. There are sparks and alerts in the runabout.
My controls are dead!
We've lost our sensors.
We focus on the Orinoco.
Break off, Macon. Initiate evasive maneuvers. We'll lay down, covering fire.
Acknowledged.
Ah!
Rio Grande to Odyssey.
We focus on the Odyssey bridge. They are still under heavy fire as well.
We've got Sisko.
Well done, Chief.
Damage control team to level 7. Our tactical control systems are down. We've lost all power to phasers.
Bridge to engineering. Get that port nacelle back online.
Aye, Captain.
Keogh to runabouts. We've got what we came for. We'd better fall back before we...
We focus on the Rio Grande.
Their communications array must have been hit. Ira Dax, you heard him. Let's flip a bitch and get out of here.
We focus on the Orinoco.
Major, one of the Jem'Hadar ships is making a direct run at the Odyssey.
Move to intercept.
Oh.
But a Jem'Hadar ship collides with the Odyssey, hitting critical systems. The Odyssey is too crippled and explodes. Everyone in the runabouts are shocked and somber. We focus on the Rio Grande.
We are retreating. There is no need for a suicide run. They're just showing us how far they're willing to go. Oh yeah, and I like it. Set a course for the wormhole.
We focus on Deep Space Nine. Everyone is disembarking at the station.
Commander, hold up a sec. We need to talk.
Quark holds up the collar. We focus on Ops. Eris is walking through, looking around.
I can't believe I'm on the other side of the galaxy.
Sisko comes off of the turbolift, armed.
You'll get used to it. Move away from her.
I don't understand.
Well, I've been looking at this collar of yours. I thought if I replicated it, it might turn us a tidy profit. And much to my surprise, when I discovered there's nothing in here. It's just a complicated locking device.
Which means you could have used your sexy telekinetic abilities at any time. So the question is, why didn't you?
You seem to already know the answer.
The Jem'Hadar wanted us to escape, didn't they? That was the plan all along. For us to bring you back here for some sexy time so you could spy on the Federation.
Well done, Commander.
You're one of the founders, aren't you?
You think the founders would waste their time with you?
Constable?
Madam, if you'll come with us.
You have no idea what's begun here.
Eris taps her cuff and beams out.
Chief! I'm picking up a transporter signature, but I can't trace it. She didn't rematerialize anywhere near the station. There are no ships nearby.
Then where is she?
She'll be back. The question is, who she'll bring with her.
If the Dominion come through that wormhole, the first battle will be fought here on my goddamn station, and I intend to be ready for them. Oh yeah!
And that concludes our reading of Star Trek Deep Space Nine's Season 2 episode, The Jem'Hadar. Okay, we're going to bring in our cast here. Just getting a little set up over here. So I'll come back first here. Hey, everybody. It's Dave and Jane here.
Hi, Jane.
Hey, it's me and Jane
Stop
over
waving
here.
like
We're
dogs.
here.
See
We're
you.
here. We were here the whole time, and we also had Jody Simpson. Jody, you were playing. You jumped in as our Sisko too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and you were also with Jeff. You and Jeff shared the role, half and half. Also, you
I think
had.
you did it better.
I think you did it better because you weren't falling out every 5 seconds. So, but
better by better interaction.
and you were the Jem'Hadar Talak'talan, and you were Mouse O'Brien.
Yes, I was.
We also had Tom Mott Tyrell playing the part of Quark. Great job, Mott. So a very interesting take on the character, I thought.
I think you did fantastic.
Yeah, great job.
Loved it.
That Quark was awesome.
Also bringing in Michael Chan, playing the role of Jake Sisko, as they were ripping apart that runabout with Nog trying to get home and save the day. They didn't really accomplish much other than keeping themselves out of trouble, really, more than anything. But still, it was a worthwhile endeavor. And also, we had Kevin and Ashley Millard. Kevin playing the role of Captain Keogh and Constable Odo, and Ashley playing the role of the narrator, as well as the first officer of the Odyssey, and Nog. So great job from the whole cast. Even Jeff, who he was doing well until it was not his. It's not that his performance was so bad we kicked him off.
I feel like we're the Brady Bunch.
The Hollywood
Here's
Square.
a story. A guy named Mott.
Well, he's
Yeah.
I like Jessica's comment there, by the way.
Oh,
This is a good comment.
Commander
Quick Meyer Sisko. Giggity giggity.
You forced me to adjust Jake to be more like you.
And hi, John.
Because I was trying to be the son of the person playing, so Jeff was more straight about it. So I was like,
yeah, you were matching.
And you like came in. I was like,
well,
what?
I figured if I have to do another one and wreck my
Cisco
vocal cords,
had
I'll
a
do it that
whole
way.
kind of a personality change in this
He
episode.
did,
all
he
of a
did.
sudden.
Once he got to the planet, it was all sexy time.
Yeah, he
And
was.
Jake hit puberty, man.
I was.
I brought the three-way to the Star Trek universe.
Oh Lord!
I didn't know anybody wanted to get so freaky.
Yeah. I was. Did you like my Eris? I was.
Oh, the minute you said that, I started laughing. I had to mute.
I died. I died.
The Jem'Hadar.
No.
I thought it
I
was
was
like
trying to figure out who it was.
I thought we
wasn't
were on
anybody.
Sesame Street for a minute.
It wasn't anybody specific.
On Sesame Street? Is that what you said?
Yeah, it sounded like one of the Sesame
Yeah.
Street characters.
You were
I
very-
didn't
It was like
expect
a
it at
cross
all, and
between
I had to mute.
between Elmo and the Precious one from the movies
Yeah,
I hate.
the Gollum. Yeah, I would call that fair. Yeah, that's basically the two very much the energies I was channeling there. Sorry, I always feel bad because we have to keep somebody off the camera here.
You can keep me off.
That's I can't. How can I leave people off? I only asked Jane. We have to
You can't
sacrifice.
leave Jake off. I mean, that was fantastic.
Yeah. Jody, I gotta say, man, you did great for having to juggle all those characters. Yeah, you had to talk to yourself in particular. Talak'talan talking to Sisko for
Oh my
like
God.
2 pages.
That was
And the
fun.
worst thing is, I started with that damn alien voice with like the really loud voice, and it's like my throat already hurts to begin with because I'm just getting a sinus cold, and I'm like, oh, this was such a bad idea. But then I had to commit.
We would never allow that much dialogue to go between like the same actor normally, but this time we did because it's just how it worked out.
I just couldn't remember who I was doing, so I was like, oh,
Yeah.
back and forth.
Yeah, after a while, I was just like, oh my god, he has to talk to him back and forth for like 2 pages here, so it was good.
I think, Jane, you do sound like a computer.
I liked your Odo though, Kevin.
Thank you.
Your Odo was great. He just seemed like he just didn't want to be there the whole time. It was amazing.
That's Odo.
That is Odo, though, right? Like
I did, however, forget that he has dialogue in the middle of the thing, so I'm just staring at the screen, going, "Oh wait, that's me."
Wait, I know that guy.
You were Captain Keogh. You were Mr. Enthusiastic Captain Keogh.
Yes, Captain Keogh was definitely.
I've been angry the last 2 episodes, so I went the opposite.
Right.
It was kind of disturbing, actually.
Where did Sisko point 2 go?
Where did Jeff go?
Into the
version
ether.
1 go down.
Version 2.
Did his internet go down?
Well, I don't know. Eventually I had to say to him, I think we have to drop you here, Jeff, because it was like we kept trying to get him to rejoin, and he would only get through about 2 lines before it was crapping out. So.
Well, I think Jody did fantastic.
No, Jody, good job, man. Jumping in on the fly.
I'm gonna feel it tomorrow. I can tell you that.
Yeah, especially for that scene, which was not,
Oh god.
It was good though. I was enjoying it.
I was like, oh man, poor guy. He's got like.
Well, he told me I couldn't do Big Gay Al for the alien because he
I didn't tell you couldn't. I just said I don't know if it's the right energy.
I was gonna be like, you just wait for the Dominion.
It would be my choice, but yeah, I was like, I didn't tell you couldn't do it.
Well, that's true. You didn't say you couldn't. You just advised against it.
Yeah, I was just like, I wouldn't go that way. That wouldn't be my direction. But everyone teach their own. So, hey guys, great show. And thanks again to Jody for jumping in on the Sisko role. So in 1 week, we're going to be wrapping up the season 1 here on Live Long and Podcasts Star Trek Radio Theater. We're gonna have a bit of a hiatus and then hitting season 2 starting in 2021. So just want to plug that as we're going next week. We're going to be doing Star Trek 4: The Voyage Home. We're going to be everyone you had here tonight, plus Jamil Robinson. And Jessica are going to all of us in here, the biggest cast ever. It's gonna be quite something. And
I'm not covering Jeff next week.
No, Jeff's
Look at how many things he's got. He's got
gonna have to be at your place, Dave.
I asked him to come. I know. I asked him to come tonight, and he was like, "No, I'm gonna make. I think the internet will be fine." I was like,
It's the worst it's ever been.
I am terrified I won't be able to remember who I am in the script.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to print out my names just so.
This one's gonna be a hard one, because of just the fact that everybody has to take on so many people, right?
I highlight myself in the PDF. I just highlight different colors.
Yeah, me too. That's what I do.
I have to. Yeah.
But eventually, you run out of colors, and that when you have that many characters. So check that out next Saturday night. We're gonna be doing that. It's first time 2 hours, so it's good. It's gonna be quite. Take that off. So and that's
what time does that start?
9:00.
Oh wow, that's gonna be a late one.
Yeah, so we'll be on for 2 hours.
Nice that it's featuring Jamil, whose life was portrayed in the in Good Boys from.
Is that a fact?
Yes.
Okay.
Jamil, who's my podcast daddy.
Yes. What does that mean exactly?
He's the reason why I have a podcast to begin with.
Oh,
so he was. Well, I don't call him that.
I think you should from now on.
I more. Well, we were more like podcasts.
I would say stepdaddy though.
I said something and you asked if I just.
Yeah, because the stepdaddy can get a little more freaky.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not so taboo.
It depends. Yeah, it depends. All right. Hey, we should break. Okay, let's end this. We'll be back next Saturday night to end season 1, and of course we'll be back not long after that for season 2. Okay. So and check out our other podcasts. We have Tuesday night DS9. We're in the middle of the 2nd season. Eventually we're gonna get up to this episode, Jem'Hadar. So check that out. Wednesday night's original series podcast where we cover a random episode. We're doing the Ultimate Computer next Wednesday night. Jody, you'll be on that one.
I am.
And Millard, you're going to be on Tuesday night DS9, right?
Yes.
Yep.
It's awesome. And then on Thursdays, Michael, what do? We do Star Trek Discovery, right?
Discovery, yeah.
Yeah. And Mott, on Friday nights, we don't do any podcasts, right?
We do the Vacant podcast. It's 2 hours of just nothing.
Exactly. So that's and then on the, yeah.
The podcast magazine says it's the best podcast ever.
Exactly. So thanks everybody. And okay, here I'm just gonna go
You can kick
big
me off.
to sign off. Say good night, everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Take care. Bye.